Hey, what's going on, guys? SwizzHD here, back with another Black Ops 2 informational video. Now today we have some leaked maps from Black Ops 2. Now these seem really plausible to be the confirmed maps for Black Ops 2, but again, with the game being developed, nothing is set in stone and they could change things at the last minute. But as of right now, this seems like it's going to be the sound set 10 maps that are going to be in Black Ops 2. Now we're going to kick it off here with the first map called Cargo, and it is a part of Singapore and is good for close range quarters and vertically. Now, it's kind of weirdly worded. I mean, pretty much it sounds like there's going to be multiple elevations in the map, and as well as there's going to be, very close quarters, so it seems like shotguns and SMGs are going to be thriving in this kind of situation. So, you don't really know what's going to be going on with that. But the whole different levels and different vertically, how it's saying, is it seems like there's going to be a lot of elevation changes, and there's going to be a lot of craziness when it comes to, different floors. Now, the second map we have is Express. And this is a Los Angeles bullet train station, good for long and medium engagement up and down the bullet train tracks. Now it seems like this is going to be kind of an airport scenario where you're going to be on the airport, bullet train station, and you're going to be up and down all over the place on this train track, and it seems like it's going to be, a general hub around the train tracks, and hopefully the bullet train will be an actual center and be a place you can actually use in the map. So let's hope about that. The third map we have is Hijacked. And this is a luxurious super yacht, frantic yet controlled close quarters engagements. Now, this reminds me of the COD 4 map, if you remember, called Wet Work, or I think that's what it's called. And it was a boat, and you had everything going on that boat. So hopefully it's, not that large, and as the picture looks like, hopefully it's not that small. Because if it's that small, you're going to be getting shot right as you spawn. So hopefully the map's just making it look a bit smaller than it actually is. Because if it is that small, then we're going to have some issues because there's going to be a lot of, grenade tossing and all that kind of crap. So hopefully it's not as big as the one from Wet Work and it's not as small as the one in the picture. Moving on to the next map called Overflow. Now this is a, Peshawar, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's in Pakistan, great urban engagements and flooded streets. Now this reminds me of, the standard Karachi, maps like that. I honestly cannot remember any other maps. You got, Underpass, all those kind of crazy maps. Now it seems like it's just going to be a standard, city engagement where you have buildings and streets and cars and back alleys. And, we're all familiar with the whole street scenario when it comes to Call of Duty. The next map is called Plaza. Now this map is a rundown section of Panama, great close quarters engagements, and tough chokes to fight over. Now it seems like this is going to be a very, very team-oriented map where if your team is not controlling a choke point, you could very well lose the match. So it seems like this is going to be a, huge thing when it comes to controlling the engagement and controlling areas of the map to get the win. The whole chokes makes it sound like there's going to be a lot of important parts of the map that you need to own. Now the next map we're going to is called Promenade, and this kind of really sounds like pomegranate lemonade. I don't know why. But this is a floating resort in the middle of the Indian Ocean, tight corners and angles throughout. Now that seems like it's going to be a crazy little maze type map where there's going to be corners all over the place, and if you don't know the map very well, you're not going to have that great of an experience. But again, if you do know the map, you're going to be dominating. So I don't really know what I'm looking at really when I'm looking at it. It kind of looks like a mini skate park in the map. I don't know, so hopefully more information will be released on this map, but as of right now, I have nothing to say about it. The next map is called Raid, and it is fight through this hillside mansion in the Hollywood Hills, hectic close quarters engagements. Now this seems like maybe like the estate map from Modern Warfare 2. You just have a central mansion, and then you have a little bit of area kind of bridging off and behind the estate or behind the mansion. So it seems like it's going to be, just a general center point building and then stuff around it to kind of keep stuff still interesting. The next map we have is Standoff. And this is a border town between China and a word I don't even want to try to pronounce. Starts with a K, ends with Stan, so we're going to go with that, K-Stan. And is a classic engagements and destinations to fight over. Now this seems like, the way they're wording it makes it sound like it's going to be a huge objective map where there's going to be tons of places to hide up, but there's going to be central things you need to be taking control of to win the game. So it seems it's going to be a, domination heavily played map, a headquarters heavily played map. So, more information will be released on that, hopefully to give you guys a more point of view on the map. The next map we have is Yemen, and it is a urban streets of Yemen, tight alleys and close quarters engagements. Now, as you can see from the picture, it looks like just a giant city of Yemen. I'm sure you've seen this on the, the trailers of Black Ops 2 has been shown many times. So, it looks like a really cool map. It looks like it's going to be a very well-known and a very big played map. There's going to be a lot of people playing this. It's probably going to be one of those maps that is just a standard voted for and a standard liked map. Moving on to the last one, and the one you guys probably know the most from the Black Ops 2 trailer, is Turbine. Now, there's not much to say about it, but it is a wind farm in the steep hills of Yemen, fight across the different tiers and angles. Now, again, I know a lot about this map. Everybody knows a lot about this map, so there's not really much I can say to surprise you guys. It looks like, and of course, seeing the map already through the trailer, it's just an all-around cool map. There's tons of choke points, tons of elevation changes, and tons of little, hidden spots to, kind of make the whole game and the whole map just fun and crazy. So, not really much to say about Turbine because you guys really know a lot about it. So somehow in the original take I managed to forget about a map, and somehow it just kind of hid between my files. I never even saw it. And this map is called Meltdown, and it is a Pakistan nuclear power plant. Battle for control of the nuclear cooling tower and the surrounding facilities. Now this map looks amazing. It looks big. It looks, not really cluttered, but there's a lot of buildings. So, there's going to be a lot of places for people to be in. A lot of, kind of hold down points. And the whole thing about Battle for Control of the nuclear cooling tower is it seems like there's going to be a lot of objectives within that cooling tower and around that cooling tower. So it seems like the cooling tower is going to be a general call out point and a general kind of central motive point of the map. Now the thing I want to point out, and if you look back to all the pictures, mostly all of the maps described it as close engagements. Now if you notice, they did mention that they wanted to keep this game more fast-paced, and it seems like that's what they're trying to do with making every single map close to medium-range maps. There's not going to be a long, a lot of maps with long, wide ranges, like you got Wasteland from Modern Warfare 2, where there's just going to be huge areas where you have no cover. The game is very slow-paced because anyone who's in that open area doesn't want to move, so it just kind of drags the game on. So it seems like they're really building all the maps around this close quarter sense to keep the game fast-paced and, keep it fun. Like normally in search and destroy games where you die on a big map, you literally can go take a piss, get a drink, and go outside to go get your mail and come back and the round still isn't ended because just the map is so big and you literally can run around and not find people for most of the time. So hopefully with the Black Ops 2 maps being centered around close and medium range engagements, that the games won't last as long, the games will be faster, and they'll be more fast-paced and you'll be more entertained. There won't be a lot of points in the game where you're running around trying to find somebody. People are running into, you're running into other people. It's keeping the game fast-paced and more entertaining. So I hope you guys enjoyed the 10 maps that are confirmed or possibly could be changed. I don't know yet. For Black Ops 2, if you liked the video, go and drop a like on the video. It does, it means a lot to me. It really helps me make more videos. Support, just the support really boosts my morale to make more videos for you guys. Anyways, MrSwizzHD, hope you enjoy the video. Peace.